Hello and welcome to another Nerdy Coder tutorial video. Today we will look at how to implement a currency exchange API into a Spring Boot application. So this is the API we will use from rapidapi.com. So first we need to get an account at rapidapi.com. So let's sign in. There we go. Now we have a Rapid API key that we need to call the API. Then we can test the endpoint, see how it looks like. There we have the response body and the headers. Some code examples, and we will use Java and async HTTP framework to call this API. So we have a nice example here. Then let's see if we can get that involved here somewhere. Let's see. Let's create a new package. Let's call it currency. Let's ask ChatGPT what a good folder structure is for implementing this API into our Spring Boot application. So let's formulate the question so that ChatGPT understands it, what I'm after. So I'm asking it, I have a backend API that I will call in my Spring Boot app and return it in a REST controller. What is the best file structure? One Java class for fetching the data from the external API, then another class for returning the list of currencies. Let's see. There we have some example or some suggestion from Mr. GPT. And then a lot of unnecessary things. I'm just interested in this part, the file structure. So yeah, the service will be the package that will have a class that fetch the data from the Rapid API currency exchange. So let's create that class now. Currency exchange.java. And let's make it a class. Some might use an interface and then an implementation class. But for now, let's keep it simple and just make the implementation class without a general interface. Let's copy this code from let's create a method here that will contain this example to begin with. Let's make it return void for now, just to test it. It will print in the console to begin with. The output of the API. List quotes, it's a good name. No input parameters. There we have the example. Let's fix the indentation here. Bam. So we'll have to add this async HTTP client dependency to our Maven dependency XML file. Let's see if we find it online. For Maven. Let's go. It's probably the first one. Let's copy this Maven dependency code block, add it to our pom.xml file. Right there. Let's refresh, yes, VS Code. And now we should be able to import it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your questions and thoughts in the comments below. If you have any questions about this, any part of this, there we go. Then now we have the imports for the async HTTP client and the default async HTTP client. Then we need to catch the IO exception. And let's see what's next. Yeah, it's reloading the application that I have running. If you want to see how to make this basic Spring Boot app up and running in VS Code, check out my previous video about this. It will pop up here or a link in this description to that one. Now let's try to add this one to the Hello World controller. To begin with, we will create a new controller in the later step. But for now, let's import it over here. Currency service. It's importing some weird stuff. But there we got the currency service. Let's remove that strange import. Let's call our method list quotes. Let's see if it's some rock and rolling. Yeah, and then we have to throw the exception here as well. We're just doing this like this for now. We might build some better error handling later. So now let's see if our page, when we refresh the page, we should get in the log a list of currencies. I see nothing. Let's try and restart. Now I get some weird error. Not sure what that means. If you want to learn more about coding, don't forget to check out my Nerdy Coder Academy. There's also a link in the description for more info about that one. Let's just try and restart VS Code. See if it works now. Project loading. Yeah, it's starting up. Now let's reload and see if we get some currency lists in the log. And yes, there they are. You can see the headers and the body. So that's working nice. So we have this client, it's have the endpoint URL, it has the headers with the key and the host, then it's executing it. Now let's ask ChatGPT how to change this method to return the body as an object instead of printing it in the console. Formulate the question, paste the method. Remember to not paste any sensitive data to ChatGPT, since it can be leaked in that case. Now let's see. So this is the way to do it when you're lazy. You get some boilerplate code, but remember to double check what it's actually doing, and because just like Stack Overflow, ChatGPT can give you bad suggestions if you're not careful. So here we need some new dependencies. The async HTTP client we already have, but we're gonna need the JSON to convert the JSON data into a Java object using an object mapper. So let's take this dependency. Also make sure you check the dependency version that it's relatively new, because ChatGPT can suggest old versions sometimes when it doesn't have the latest data. Then here we have the suggested change. So let's change the return type to list string. It's like a fine option. And now we need to import this response type. Then we need to parse the response body. And we are making the response body into a list of strings. That seems like a good enough type for this response body. And yeah, we're gonna catch some errors, or I mean close the client after it's all done. Let's see, what's this type safety warning? Let's rebuild. And now we want to show the list in the response from this endpoint. Yes, we're gonna make our own REST controller later on that will output a bit more useful page using HTML and inputs and things like that. But for now, let's see if we can get this output. So let's create a variable to get this list. Okay, so now we have the list. And just simply print it and make it into a string. So now when we visit the page, it should print the list as a string. And there we have it. Very nice. So now, next step is we're gonna have a separate controller and get rid of hello world. And we're gonna make a nice HTML page instead that shows the currencies in a table. Or something like that. We will use Thymeleaf and we will use Bootstrap for some nice CSS, some nice UI elements. So let's see. We can start with I don't know how to pronounce this. Thymeleaf, just to keep it simple. So let's take this Maven dependency. Let's pop it in here. Bam. Like so. Yes. So there we have that one. So then we're gonna need some templates. That's only the folder prepared here, apparently. So let's create an index.html, for example. And then let's see. Let's just find a template just to get the basic HTML. No, I mean the boilerplate maybe. Template. I just want simple. Not really. I just want an empty HTML. This one maybe? Here we go, here we go. There. Can change the title to currency exchange. Something like that. Don't have a style sheet right now. We will use Bootstrap. No JavaScript. I think it's at this stage. We can just link it like this. Boom. Okay. Easy. So let's check the documentation. Do they have some because what I want a package called controller. Should it be controller or controllers? Let's see here. Did you have the package name? Controller. Let's take this name. Yes, that's correct. Then I basically want this one. Wonder if I can put it on the root folder. Is this gonna be the index page? Right. And then we don't want to return this thing. We want to return this template with this quote data. So how do I achieve that? Do they have some? That sounds good. Yeah, so then I can just we can make a list. Let's start with that. Go to index page, make an like so. But books, we have quotes. Let's see how that pans out. Quote. Now, how do I get my controller to return the template? Let's go to our friend, my pair programmer, ChatGPT, MrGPT. How to get my Spring Boot controller to return index.html template with variable quotes. Then we give him this one. We might want to rename this part to get quotes. Something. quotes page, maybe something smart like that. Here we have something. Okay, so we need to have a model here. Okay, so this one should probably be moved to a constructor. That's much nicer. Yes, thank you, Mr. GPT. What do you want? It's unnecessary. Okay, then we don't have any auto wire. Then we remove it from here. And then we get the model here instead. Yes. Model. Then we add to the model and return index. Simple. So then we add the quotes to the model. Then the index HTML will find the quotes in the model there. This is how Thymeleaf is looping the quotes. I'm not sure if it's gonna understand it's a string and print them or not. Let's see. Need to import this one. Guess it's this one, maybe. Clean up. So now we have this one. This should at least create something. We delete this one for now. Then we start this up and see how it goes. Something crashed. What happened here? Wait. Yes, so I solved the problem. I found out that I had duplicate dependencies, so any of this was importing I think it was so faster XML was imported twice from one of these. Then I had it duplicated, so it took in two different versions that collided. But now let's see. So now I have added Thymeleaf. Let's see if we can start this one right now then. Allow. So it has started. Right. So let's go to this one, check. We get the and we got my template here. So I created this index template here. Let's add something to the body. Like this. Think it will reload. Yes, nice. So let's get back to this one. Currency service. Yeah, we have this one here. So now when we found a bug, we can add back the currency service. This class. Import. Then we can use it like this. Add it to the model. Need to import this one. Here we need a model here. Then we need this type, model type from Spring Framework. Yes, okay. Then we have, of course, the error. Let's just do it like this for now. Throwing it out. Okay. All right, right. So this needs to, for the controller to find this one, we need to annotate this one with service. Like so. Yeah. So this needs to be added so that it can be found by another by a controller or some other class. So let's see. No, we don't print it yet, but I guess we need to print these quotes on the template. We can use a pre. I think it's done like this. But let's go and check here. I have the documentation here. Always good to check. But I think it's. Do they have reference? Here. Just copy this one. So it's a templating system to add this string as the content of this HTML element. What was the name again? Quotes. Add the quotes here. Then let's reload and see if. Okay. Then when we reload the next time. That's weird. Variables, that's what we want. Here we have this one. I guess, yeah, okay. So we use the $sign to get the variable. The hashtag, I guess, is for translated labels. See if this works better. Boom, there we go. So here we have the list. So that's nice. So that's how you implement an API. In the next video, we will look at adding some form to convert the value between different currencies using the next API. Then we try to exchange. I'm saving that for the next video, I think, otherwise this video will become too long. So thanks for watching and see you later. Bye.